Okay, one of the main groups that families and employment send their employees that are dealing with alcohol problems, they send them to AA. AA is a peer supported group, which they have a 12-step guideline program. Um, it helps the people throughout their acceptance that they have problems related to alcohol abuse. And the 12 steps that they go by are listed as one, they admit that they're powerless over alcohol and that their lives have become unmanageable. Two, the second step is because they believe that there's a power greater than themselves, that it could restore them to sanity. Step three is that they've made a decision to turn their will and their lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Four is made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Five, they've admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of their wrongdoing. Six is we're entirely ready to have God remove all these things, all these defects of character. Seven is humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings. Eight is made a list of all persons that they've harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Nine is make direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10 is continue to take personal inventory and when we were wrong, promptly admitted, and then when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. And 11 is sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and power to carry that out. And the final and last step of the 12 step program is having a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps. We try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. So, their 12 steps is really a guideline and just understanding and knowing that there's a higher being. They go through that 12-step program and it basically tells them basically that they can't do it by themselves, like they have to believe in a higher being. And if they're like, it just basically is to believe in a higher being. And if they're not fully believe, they got to just give it all up and believe in that higher being. And that higher being is what helps them to leave the alcohol completely alone. Because if they don't believe in that higher being with their 12-step program, they're basically not following it. And it's saying if they have anything as far as emotional, any family problems, job problems, any type of stress, they're going to go right back to that alcohol. So it considers alcohol as a disease and saying that the program is the only thing that, and following and believing in that higher being is the only thing that can help that person or that group overall to leave the alcohol alone.